Good day to all my viewers. I am Professor Dr. Shweta Bajaj, and in this video I'll talk about a very important, rather a core international human rights treaty, CEDAW. As we all know, gender inequality is pervasive, with women facing the consequences of gender gaps. Though it is globally acknowledged that gender equality is not only a basic human right, but its achievement has enormous socio-economic ramifications. Empowering women fuels thriving economies, spurring productivity and growth. Over the years, United Nations has made significant progress in advancing gender equality, and CEDAW, that is, Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, is the core international human rights treaty adopted in 1979 by United Nations General Assembly. It is also known as International Bill of Rights for Women. It requires member states to undertake legal obligations to respect, protect, and fulfill human rights. CEDAW acknowledges that gender inequality is deep-rooted within the culture of many countries and adversely affects all aspects of women's lives. Therefore, it directs the states to take measures to correct the power imbalance and ensure to bring gender equality. It makes it the obligation of the member states to have non-discriminatory laws and policies. The convention is split into 6 sections and 30 articles. The convention came into effect on 3rd September 1981 and is ratified by 189 states. India signed CEDAW in 1980 and ratified it in 1993 with certain reservations. CEDAW stands on 3 pillars. A. Substantive equality. Substantive equality implies that the yardstick to gauge prevalence of gender equality is not the existence of gender equal laws. Rather, it has to be checked by examining the actual conditions of women's lives. The state must do more than just ensuring that there are no existing laws that directly discriminate against women. It must also take whatever measures are needed to ensure that women actually experience equality in their lives. It implies that gender equal laws must be complemented by equality in impact, outcome, or result. The second is non-discrimination. Non-discrimination is integral to the concept of equality. The convention seeks to eliminate discrimination against women in all spheres. And the definition of discrimination is quite wide as laid down in Article 1 of CEDAW. It can be rightly summarized as any act of distinction, exclusion, or discrimination which has the intent, purpose, or effect of nullifying, impairing, or denying the enjoyment of rights by women. So even if a law or policy that may not have the intention of denying a woman the enjoyment of rights, but if it has the effect of doing so, then it constitutes discrimination. The third is state obligation. By entering the convention, the state accepts a range of legally binding obligations to eliminate discrimination against women and bring about equality between women and men. The basic principles of state obligation are an obligation to enact gender equal laws, that is a guarantee of the provisions of rights through adequate legislation. Second is an obligation of results or ensuring the practical realization of rights. The state fulfills its obligation through legislature, judiciary and executive. Article 2 to 4 of CEDAW spells out the broad state obligations. Now it is also imperative to understand that by accepting the convention, states commit themselves to undertake a series of measures to end discrimination against women in all forms. By becoming a party to the convention, it becomes imperative for country to ensure that appropriate legislations are framed to eradicate discrimination against women and promote gender equality. The CEDAW directs the states to ensure that women are not discriminated in both public and private realms of marriage and family life. The states must establish special courts and government agencies to ensure that women are protected from all forms of discrimination. By ratifying the convention, the state pledge to take necessary steps and measures to end discrimination against women in any and all forms. They are required to implement its requirements and submit national report every 4 years outlining their compliance. It is also important to note that this convention is the only one to uphold women's right to abortion, to choose, change and maintain their nationality, and to bear children. CEDAW is the only human rights treaty which affirms the reproductive rights of women and target culture and tradition as influential forces shaping gender roles and family relations. It affirms women's right to acquire, change or retain their nationality and the nationality of their children. Thank you.